Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. The Raw after Mania was very good. Not saying it was the greatest Raw after Mania of all time, but it was certainly better than most, and it was just very good, and it was back to the basics. We had NXT call-ups, we had the start of maybe some potential huge matchups, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, some good matches, again, NXT debuts, a very solid episode of Monday Night Raw and a very good Raw after Mania. So let's hope that this trajectory keeps moving forward because the show kicked off in a perfect way. I have some notes written in front of me to kind of keep my thoughts in order as I talk about this Raw after Mania because the show opened with Oba Femi, who dominated and was absolutely made and put over by Brock Lesnar on WrestleMania Sunday, and he spoke with his actions. And very similar to when Roman Reigns, I think, beat The Undertaker and came out and said, this is my yard now or something. I think that was not well received by the fans at the time, even though now they love Roman Reigns. This was similar. But he stood there, Oba Femi, in the middle of the ring. People were chanting his name, doing his walk, doing the whole thing. And he just said, the ruler has arrived. And then that beautiful image of him standing in the spotlight with the microphone on the ground, on the mat, was perfect. Now, the question remains, what will Oba Femi do next? Some say he's going to go after Roman Reigns. I don't think it's going to happen right now. Maybe a feud with Gunther. I don't know, but Oba Femi needs to sink his teeth into something and ride this high momentum, potentially into actually winning a world championship sometime in 2026. But I thought that was perfect. The aura was amazing. Everything about that was amazing. Next thing of note is that we saw a debut from Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Ethan Page. I've been saying for a while that I thought they should have brought Ethan Page into the Vision. I think he would work well with Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and that gives that team kind of another workhorse. Austin Theory is a workhorse. He's really good in the ring. He can work with anyone. Logan Paul, again, still a little green, getting a lot better, but then you add an Ethan Page, who again is a workhorse, can work with anyone, a good heel, kind of fits in that mold, would potentially be a good addition to the Vision. So I don't know what they're going to do with Ethan Page, but I'm pumped to see him on WWE Raw. When I was an independent wrestler, I was on a bunch of shows with Ethan Page. I believe maybe when he was in the Independents or in Evolve or whatever the case may be, just a little bit back in the day. And as someone who just works hard, really cares about the craft, and happy to see him, do so well in NXT. And then, now on WWE Raw, and it looks like he has his eyes set on the IC title, which so does Javon Evans, so does Rusev. Rusev looked really good last night. He looks really good. I would love to see Rusev win the Intercontinental Championship. Penta has it. Javon Evans wants it. Ethan Page wants it. It's hopefully making the IC title just a little bit more prestigious. And then we see CM Punk. CM Punk comes out, didn't crash out, kind of was a bit, I don't know what the word, like kind of proud of himself for doing what he did. And then Cody Rhodes comes out, and they kind of teased a little bit of this Cody Rhodes CM Punk feud match. Okay, one of the last huge, absolutely banger matches that WWE has left. Like the biggest match probably that WWE has on tap is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. But CM Punk is kind of done with Roman Reigns. That's pretty much finished, it looks like. But Cody Rhodes is certainly not done with Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton at some point will win his 15th world title because as of Friday, the Friday right before the first night of WrestleMania, Randy Orton was slated to win, which meant Pat McAfee was going to continue being a part of WWE, but obviously something happened on Saturday where plans changed, and WWE didn't want Pat McAfee involved anymore, so they have Cody Rhodes win, but at the same time they had Randy Orton stand tall. And if you watched Monday Night Raw, you can see how absolutely destroyed Cody's face is. So I don't think he's medically cleared to have a wrestling match anytime soon, but he certainly is not done with Randy Orton. But we know Pat McAfee at this very moment is done, and a weird storyline where he said on Monday, like, Pat McAfee said, the business is now saved and I'm done. Very strange 2 weeks that happened in the WWE sphere with TKO. But interested to see where Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton goes, and maybe where CM Punk fits in all of that. So another sort of good development moving forward. And then I thought Sol Ruca and Liv Morgan was fantastic. They were given way more time than Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vacour was. The rumor was that Liv Morgan was like injured, so that's why her and Stephanie Vacour went short. But this is only 2 days later, and she kind of went double the amount of time with Sol. So that's probably not true. It's just that's the allotted amount of time was at WrestleMania. And I think Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vacour was a solid match. I would have liked 5 more minutes, but I think her and Sol Ruca was great. I think Sol Ruca has a lot of talent. I think she has a lot of upside. She has a lot of trajectory. And so I guess she's on Monday Night Raw as well. So you had Sol Ruca, Ethan Page, and Joe Hendry all debut on Monday Night Raw and now are on Monday Night Raw. So I thought that was cool. I thought Liv Morgan's promo was great. Sol Ruca's promo was atrocious, was horrible, had no confidence behind it, was really bad. So that needs work if she's going to be able to compete with these top women in selling fights, in promo battles, and things of that nature. But her in-ring ability, her flair, her aura, her vibe, all really good. And so excited to see where Sol Ruca goes as she kind of tweaks and gets better and becomes more of a mature WWE superstar. And then we saw the show end with Roman Reigns come out with the Usos, and they're talking, they're doing the thing, and then Jacob Fatu comes out. Jacob Fatu. Did not think that Jacob Fatu was going to be the first challenger for Roman Reigns. I thought maybe Gunther. I thought Oba Femi. I thought maybe they'd go back to CM Punk. LA Knight is a good option for a first challenger, but they're going right into the deep end with Jacob Fatu. I love that. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of story. There's a lot of family ties. There's everything. And he challenged him. Jacob Fatu challenged Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash. Roman Reigns has not confirmed or denied, said yes or no. That is coming next week on Monday Night Raw to give Jacob a week to think about it. Can he really shoulder the responsibilities of being a World Heavyweight Champion? And can he also shoulder the responsibilities of losing and not being able to provide a better life for his family if that were the case? Very interesting story there from Jacob Fatu with Roman Reigns. Excited to see where that goes. And there's a massive possibility. There is a massive possibility that Jacob Fatu could beat Roman Reigns at Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love to see Oba Femi be the one who dethrones Roman Reigns. I just don't know if that needs to happen so quickly. You could have Oba Femi have a really good feud with someone where he can sink his teeth into a feud, and he's not just beating the shit out of people in 4 minutes, and then maybe early 2027, he wins the Royal Rumble, and then you see Oba Femi in 2027 main eventing WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Potentially, I don't know. Or they do it this year. I don't know what Gunther's track is. Obviously, there's a favor coming from Paul Heyman that potentially is going to lead to him actually having one last match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. LA Knight is in the mix, right? And then now you see Jacob Fatu challenging Roman Reigns. So really good Raw after Mania. Not the best of all time. Certainly not the worst. Really good. Really good. All back to the basics. NXT call-ups. Furthering some feuds, some storylines, good matches, things of that nature. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. And I'm excited to see how they build up these Backlash feuds for Backlash in a few weeks, and also planning for SummerSlam in a few months because that's 2 nights as well. So they need some big matches for that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.